we all can all see that the US dollar is very, very strong, like very strong. And one of the reasons is we have a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is the outcome of the NFP last 2 weeks, which came out better than expected. We saw it coming out better than expectation. And if you check the CPI that came out last week, still better than expectation, which bring out positive result, positive CPI print. So all this make US dollar strong. That is what is happening in the market environment now. And then if you see this DSY, you see that the DSY too is on steroid. It's just going up, like no sign of retracement in view. As you can see, we have firstly we have breakout of this resistance, and then there is another resistance at this particular area, which of the high opinion, like a very solid opinion that this one too will break, and then you see price coming back to 104.22, as you can see. So let's say if we are not putting line here, if we put this here, see this is the next area, because this is an area, not a line. Obviously that line is just to detect that particular area. So this is an area where price might actually still come to before we'll see any retracement. And here too, like next week, I'm anticipating probably a little retracement at this particular area, because as you can see, the buying pressure is not that much, you get. So there is a reversal candlestick around this area, and then even the selling pressure too is less. So there is a high probability even that price might actually still break this area, and then we'll retest this 103 or 104 environment. So let's see how price react to this area next week. But for me, I still believe that this area might not hold this price down, you get, might not hold it down. And if it want to hold it down, you see that if you check the weekly time frame, that weekly time frame is see these two candles. The last week candle is very, very bullish, and last 2 weeks very bullish, and last week not much. Probably we might see retracement and we might not, but I still believe that the US dollar strength should play out. So this next week might be confusing somehow, but my advice is that we should wait for what will happen on Monday. Like I said last week, we wait for what will happen on Monday, and then when we eventually saw that the US dollar strength continue, then we follow. So that's where we actually enter the EU sell and then EU sell. I told you guys that we might see some retracements, which we didn't see much retracement before. It's still continuing to the direction we said it should, the direction of the EU sell and then EU sell, you get. And even AUD USD and SND USD, we didn't see much retracement. It's continuing to sell this week also. Let's see what will happen next week around this area. But for me, I believe that price should keep moving this particular area, keep moving up, because if you this 4-hour time frame is telling us that see the multiple rejection at this area, so which means that buyers are still in control in one way or the other. This is 4-hour time frame. Now you know that 4-hour time frame is one of the solid time frame we have. So we see series of rejection from the downside here. So probably we might still see price coming, and then we'll see price moving to the upside. Or if there will be a rejection, I think if there will be a retracement, I think we should see the retracement coming out to this particular area before we see the upward movement again. So here I might be looking, if there is a rejection, there should be a rejection that would retest this particular level, and then we'll see price breaking the 103 level to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at on the SY. It's kind of confusing because price is still in a parabolic move, as you can see. So we can still see price still break this level to the upside, and then you see price going to 104.090. So based off for US dollar strength next week, I believe the US dollar strength should continue. And next week we have correlated sales, which is also an inflation news next week. But I believe the US dollar strength should continue. We should take out this supply level over here. I think price should take out the supply level over here. But let's see, maybe we'll see a rejection before price take it out next week again. So before we go to the individual currency, let's check the economic activities of next week and then how we react to each of the activities. So if you are just joining this channel for the first time, this is Ambafx. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I bring you the latest insight in the world of forex market. So we talk about fundamental here and we also talk about the technical, you get. So I also talk about risk management in one way or the other. So do well to subscribe, like and share. And before on Tuesday, we just have pounds amount count change, and then 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time we have the CPI from the Canadian dollar. Later that day we have the S&D CPI, and then also we have the Empire State Manufacturing Index in the United States. So on Wednesday we have the CPI from the pounds, we have the ECB governor speech, we have on Thursday EUD employment change and the unemployment rate. There's a monetary policy in the euro on Thursday. There's a monetary policy, so this one we have to take note of it. And then the biggest one we have this week is the monetary policy from the euro and then the correlated sales from the United States. So which means that euro US dollar should be your focus on Thursday next week. We might see very high volatility in this pair, so I will note it down in my journal that I want to trade euro USD on Thursday. Euro USD, Euro AUD, AUD USD on Thursday. Watch out for this pair. That three pair, Euro AUD, Euro USD, AUD USD on Thursday. You might see very high volatility in that pair. And then on Friday we have pounds with the sales after they drop their CPI on Wednesday. So they will drop their retail sales on Friday. So that's what we can see in the economic activity. Nothing much. But on Thursday, I think we should see more volatility on Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, we might not see more volatility, but Wednesday, Thursday, we should see volatility coming back to the market. So you just have to. On the individual currency, we first want to check gold. You see gold, if like according to my own analysis, if I say something like this, I believe that pair is about to get another leg move to the upside, you get. So which means that this high of 26 might be broken. I will see 27, price might hit 27 as the new high. That's 2,700, you get. So 2,700 as the new high. So let's see. But for me, I believe that price is about to break a new high. That is gold is about to break a new high at this level, which means I might actually see a retracement back to here. So which means that any retracement you see on gold, you might not want to sell because you might burn your hand if you try to sell this. You guys, you might be at the wrong side of the move, of the market's move, if you try to sell this. But you can actually wait for a retracement to buy. So that's my opinion on gold. So I'll be waiting for a retracement to buy at any of this level. I might even deposit small money and then buy and close that particular maybe log out of that particular MT4 because it's about to gain momentum and then break this previous high, and then we might see a new high on gold. So let's see how it goes. So on pounds US dollar, this is very confusing, but with what I'm seeing here, we should see price breaking this level, and then you see GBP USD coming back to 1.28500 from 1.305. So which means that we might see more than 300 pips move to the downside next week. So let's see. But this place is a very strong level, very strong level. And then there is a weekly demand at that area. Yes, I think I saw that earlier. There's a weekly demand at the other areas. You can see when price come back here, it reject, and the price come back, it reject also, but the selling force is still high. So let's see what will happen on Monday. So Monday will determine what will happen at this particular area. And then as you can see, price is sitting comfortably at this area. But what make me change my mind, first of all, if let's say this candle closes bullish like this on Friday, so I won't have any other mind than to go for buy around this particular area. But how this candle close on Friday, I'm not comfortable with it. That is, I'm talking about this daily candle. So I'm not comfortable with how it's closed. And then this is obviously a demand level that is on the daily time frame. So which means that there's a lot of confusion at this area. And if you check the 1 hour time frame, you see that price is still in a downtrend. You understand? This 1 hour is in a downtrend, and if I want to go by these, we'll see that there is a breakout around this particular area. We have a breakout here, and then this is a pattern on its own. So which means that we are expecting price to do what? To come back to this particular area or break this area. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to put a trend line around this area, and then my strong bias is sell, right? So which means that if on Monday I'm selling at this particular area, so if my TP has not hit around this particular area, then which means that I'll break even, because anything can happen here. Price can reverse. You understand? Price can reverse to the upside at that particular area. So what I actually want to do around this area is to sell at market open. You get? So when I sell at market open, probably maybe after the 4 hour candle close at the market open. So here I'll be very careful around this area. You get? And then if price bounce at this area, then you get, I will have set my break even, which price might actually hit. So because this area is a very strong demand level, also a support level at that particular area, which means that price might reject from there. So that's why I said next week is somehow complicated. So let's see how price reacts to this particular area. So we might see price breaking this area, coming back to 1.28500, but this level is very strong. We might also see price coming to retest, and then we'll see a double bottom that will reject to the upside. So let's see, but the higher probability there is that price will retest this support level. But what I don't know is maybe probably it will break or it will reject. So we'll be waiting for what price will do at this level to make our decision next week. So if price break this level, then we expect price to come back to 1.28500. But if you see a rejection in the 4 hour time frame at this particular area, where price come and form a double bottom here in the daily time frame, probably also in the 4 hour time frame, you get? So we might also see something like this, where price can form a double bottom, and then you see this place breaking to the upside and price start going up back. So let's see how price react to that level next week. On Euro US dollar, which is the next pair we want to check, we have a trend line breakout and then a retest, and then there's a rejection here. Then price came back to retest this area. For me, I think we should see price still coming back to 1.08013. You get? So my strong bias on Euro USD is to the downside. You get is to the downside. So that's what I'm looking at for price to do right here. For price to reject here, and then we see a break of this minor support level, and then you see price coming back to this area. But in a scenario where price move above 1.09466, I won't be interested in selling again. You get, I won't be interested in selling above 1.09466. So you have to mark that line, mark this this area. I won't be selling above this area, but once price stay below this area, I'll be entering my sell position, and then my target is 1.0013. This is my target right here. On US dollar JPY, I believe that the US dollar JPY should retrace. If you see retracement back to this particular area, if you check the forward time frame, you see that this place is a very strong resistance level where price might actually reject from. So I'm actually waiting for price to come back here, and then you see a rejection at that particular level to the upside. But the strong bias is to the upside, but probably we might see a rejection around this area coming to retest this level, and then we'll see price breaking this area and then going back to 154.841. So, and if there is no rejection, if you see a break above 149.306, then opportunity for you to look for a buy setup or back to 1.54, back to 54841. So on AUD USD on Friday, I decided to take a buy setup here in one of my accounts and then is in profit. So the reason why I did that is because I saw that price might actually reject at this area, and then this is a chart pattern too. When price break above it to retest it, then I took a buy setup at this area, and then you see that it's closed. So which means that what I'm actually looking at here is for price to hit 0.67847 or 0.68226 before we see any rejection at that particular area. So that's what I'm actually looking at next week, for price to hit this area, because AUD is strong last week. That is especially on Friday, AUD is very, very strong. So which means that price might actually hit this area. As you can see, we have the 2 moving average sitting comfortably at this particular area, which price might reject from, and then so which means that I will actually break even if I see that price come back to this area, and then I will close half of my trade. So probably let's see what will happen around this area or this area. This is 1:3 weeks into reward. So this is 1:3. So I'm going for 1:3 right there, which is this area. So if price actually come back to this area, so I will close half and then I'm break even. So I'll see what price will do. Probably maybe reject, or my CC price forming a weak rejection and then hit my TP, and then you see a rejection coming back to the downside. So let's see what price will do at that area. But my strong bias, honestly, is to the downside, because the US dollar strength is still on the radar. So the US dollar is still strong, very, very strong, very, very strong, unless we have a negative retail sales report on Thursday. That what will change the direction of the market, and you'll see the US dollar weakness coming to play out. But I think from now till next week, we should still see US dollar strength playing out in the market. So this is just an opportunity for me to take when I saw it on Friday. So which means that this is even my solid area where price might actually reverse. You get at this particular area. So let's see. So on SND US dollar, this is another pair I'm looking at. Also, this is another pair I'm looking at. But my strong bias on this one, my very strong bias on this one, is for price to sell, even at market price, like at market price. So one of the reasons is that if you check the weekly time frame, I think this is one of my best setup going to the next week. There is a breakout of this level. There's a solid breakout of this level and a retest, and then price reject this area So if we check the 4-hour time frame, you see our price is doing at that particular area at this area. And then in the 4-hour time frame too, you can see that there is fair value gap at this particular area. You get where price still close bearish from. So checking the 1-hour time frame, you see that price still reject this area in the 1 hour, which means that if price continue to reject this area, we might see a break of this and then a retest, and then we see price selling massively back to 0.59815. So what I will be waiting for on Monday is for price to either come into this area and break out, and I will sell. And then if price now close back in, then I won't be interested in selling. But my strong bias is that price will actually come back here, and then we'll see a breakout of this SND USD, and then we'll see price falling massively back to 0.59815. So that's that. The last one I want to check is Euro AUD, and then like I said, AUD is very strong. So which means that we have a breakout of this area and a retest, and the price reject at the retest. So which means that we might also see price coming back to retest this area on Monday, and then you see price coming back to 1.61158. If this level break, you see price coming back to 1.60165. So this is what I'm looking at on EUR going to the next week. Sell bias on EUR going to the next week. So don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to share and turn on the notification bell in case I drop any video, so that you can be notified. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So there is a link to the verified broker in the description box. So click register. The minimum deposit is $5 you get, and then the quick withdrawal, instant deposit. So, and there is a verified prop firm in the description box. So I have 5% as link, and I have funded nest link there, and the stop one trader link there you get. So these are the prop firm that has zero complaint of payout, or you get, or denying traders their payout. You understand? So they have 0% of it. So let's see. They'll click on the link, register, and going to the next week, you just have to be patient. You get, you just have to be patient, especially when you are dealing with the US dollar pair. You get, so just watch the DSY closely and see what the DSY will do Monday, or probably maybe after like 8 hours on Monday, and see, probably maybe you see a sign of rejection, maybe it will retrace. Then you can take decision on the other US dollar pairs. And don't forget to use a very good risk management. You get, and you have to be familiar with stop loss. Even if you use a risk management, your trade will still hit stop loss. So if your trade hits stop loss, don't feel bad about it. It's part of the markets. You understand? You just have to enter the best setup. You get, enter your best setup if you want to make money, and you have to be patient. So guys, see you next week. Have a lovely trading week ahead.